Right, people. Welcome back. Sorry, today we are starting a bit late. Pretty much. mm, I had to do some things, pretty much. Sometimes, just as I sometimes stay a bit more of time with you all, sometimes I have to stay a bit more of time over at my own, doing my own duties. Pretty much, people. So that's the idea. That's the idea. Sorry that I arrived a bit late. An hour late. Today we'll do 3 hours, but well, it compensates with the 5 hours that we did last week on Wednesday, precisely on Wednesday. So that's the idea, people. So the game also updated apparently, and I found this nice little option that I could pick the old school cursor for the game that feels a bit more natural than the new one, I guess, people. So pretty well done in that sense. I'd rather use this one. And as you can read from the title description, for today we continue with day number 17 of Metaphysical Analysis of Drakensang Online. I think there's an event going on that precisely 100% to Ancient Wisdom drop stack size. Well, pretty much. So, in that sense, I think there's some kind of event going on that I was told about. Ah, perfect. It seems to be extremely smooth in that sense. Very well done. Okay, so let me refresh everything here. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so for today, I want you to analyze something that, thanks to a viewer of the channel, the other day, I was informed about. Uh, which is this. As you can see, we revamped the skill tree. So, Ambra, if you're watching, it's pretty much you. While with Patrick, we did this, another viewer of the channel, we did this skill tree, pretty much. Um, well, we did this one with Ambra, another viewer of the channel. We did this. Why? Because I finally hit level 50 last time. And at level 50, you'll see that the skill tree has changed a bit. At level 10, these Frostwind stacks, according to what Ambra explained to me, pretty much, and I could practice the build a bit more. And with that, as I accumulate stacks here, the damage just keeps increasing. But now, today, this is the start of the analysis. Today, pretty much, it's called the Blood Mage. Because as you can see today, I wanted to take a look at the changes in resource management, at least for the mage class in the game. Then I will ask about the other ones. Basically, as you can read there, at level 1, my skills no longer cost mana, so I can use them endlessly, like without any kind of limit. Instead, and it increases the damage. Instead, it uses the skills that cost mana deal a bit of physical damage to you. Basically, you pay with your own health. And there you have the list of all of the damage increases. Well, that plus this Master of Ice, which makes the Frostwind create an explosion to add even more area of effect damage. You'll see them in action as we progress through the desert, people. You have my thanks. That gives us a moment to breathe. It's been getting worse and worse since that strange sandstorm appeared in the southeast. I also realized that the water level dropping more and more every day. What could be the reason for all this? If you ask me, I think the Shaddai Khans may be involved in this. Those snake people are simple fighters without much in the way of magical powers. But I know nobody else whose minds slither about like them. Would you be so kind and find out if they have a hand in this? Pretty much, people. As you can see, we made it to the next zone of the game last time. I remember I was telling you, hey, I think they unlocked the frame rate, huh? For the game or some shit like that, because it works a bit, it works smoothly compared to what it usually was. Where's the... there. It's just that this guy's obstructing it. As you can see, we made it to the desert. We have a whole region to explore called Quiazah. There, we are done with Lord Tag. As you can see, we beat Baylor last time that we played on Wednesday of last week, and now we are here in this region. Pretty much I don't know where else. The other zone I could be sent to is this one, the Land of Immortals, and then Parallel World, because pretty much this is it. I don't see any other region in the game. We've traveled throughout the whole place, unless there's I'm missing something and this is not the full map. But I think we've traveled throughout the whole place. So today we begin with the let's see if we can handle this with Ambra's new build. In that sense, let's see if we can handle that, because otherwise the experience rate is way too low, and then I have to make stops to farm, and maybe if I can keep up at this pace, we can we can avoid we can avoid. Oh shit! What's this? My key bindings. What the? They They fucked up my key bindings. Could it be? What the fuck? The Guardian regenerates health instead. I have to invest some points there. Hang on a second. Wait. My key bindings. What the fuck? What they did with the game? Oh, wait. You little filth. Stop. What happened to the key bindings? Yes. They removed all the key bindings with the fucking update. Well, it's the price you pay for... It's the price you pay for unlocked frame rates, I guess. Mount? I had it on T, but we'll assign it to him. Well, I don't no, but that one is the map. That's why I had it on. So there we go. What the fuck? All of the key bindings. Yes. Display shop. No, nobody gives a shit about that. I can do this. Move my cursor and do that. And actually select it. The map. It must have been. Teleport to last Erevan area. Okay. Anyways, I use that. Uh, Where's the map that I probably show quests? We could use tab here. Swap secondary skill. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't use that. Don't give a shit. No, do not. Oh, fuck it. What the? Oh, I didn't apply it or what? Mother. I could have sworn I applied that. What the fuck is this shit? Yes. And yes. There. Can I play now? Normally? That's it? Okay. What the fuck? Where were my key bindings fucked like that? Mount and dismount will assign to T. Yeah, display shop, nobody cares about that. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the potions. Display events, display social features. No, it should be pretty much like this. That's it. That's it. Can you stop bothering me now? Yes, let's go. I want to put Ambra's build to the test now, because last time I could practice a bit in that sense. Okay. No, I will mount anyways. So, what's the idea for today, people? I want you to take a look at the mana regeneration. As you can see there, I hope shift still works. As you can see there, can you see the stacks down there, people? They're at 15. With that, you can see that the stacks grow and grow and grow. And the Guardian regenerates the health, as you can see. It's incredible. It's incredible. Because for each enemy that you attack, then the stacks, well, that one died way too fast, but the idea is that for each enemy that it touches, as you can see, it's killing level 55 enemies easily. Pretty well done. And the Guardian, see that the attacks that consume health, that used to consume mana, as you can see, the Guardian regenerates the health there. Now, last time, sadly, Ambra and I, we ran out of points to enhance the Guardian. I think he told me that if I increase the Guardian, it would give me more. As you can see there, 10% increased health points. Perhaps I shouldn't have put one here on the frosting line instead. In that sense. So that's for that. And this one, which is Patrick's one, in that sense, it plays very well with this one because it increases the health points. So for this one, we'll increase the health points 3 there. Well, it consumed a lot. So I'll increase my health points a bit to make sure I can pay the price for that. We'll compensate with that for now. Right, people? We'll do that so we can pay up the price in that sense. Okay, so here we do like Amber told me, like that, and that will detonate that. And the only thing, the Guardian, I need to remember to activate the Guardian, so I regenerate my health, and that should pretty much do it. Look at that, at 8 stacks. Of course, you don't stand on the fucking poison, so you just create the Guardian, and you can only do basic attacks, but like this, the damage should be increased a lot. I don't know what's damaging me like that. Ah, the Guardian, summoning the Guardian probably is damaging me like that. Shit. Yes, summoning the Guardian itself is damaging me. Okay, I see. It's quite difficult. It's quite drastic change in that sense. If I just use basic attacks, right, the Guardian deals some damage to me. Then I would like to see if there's a way to reduce the cost of the Guardian here. This one would be interesting. District, how you doing? I'm testing Ambra's build. How you doing, District? Sorry that today I started a bit later. Oh well, it compensates with with last week that I did 5 hours on Wednesday. I had to do some things. Just by chance, is the event to finally get rid of the inventory on? You like this new continent? Yes, it's quite good. It's quite good. Is by chance the event to expand the inventory on, and can I somehow do it? Like alone? Or I have bad news. Yeah, I also have bad news. All of my key bindings were eliminated. The game got some kind of update, and all of my key bindings were fucking eliminated. I had to reassign them. Yeah, that's what I spent the first 10 minutes right now. I'm testing out Ambra's new build that he made me do on Wednesday, precisely of last week. The anniversary event is delayed, and there is not a date. Oh, interesting. So I think they also updated the game because the frame rate is uncapped or some shit like that. And well, my all of my options were kind of like reset to default. Yeah, they did. They were all reset to default. But well, I was and my key bindings as well. But I think I restored everything pretty much. So we have a new content expansion. You can see there are many skill trees, and it's like more darker. Also, several skill trees. Don't tell me they followed the advice I've been commenting on stream. Don't tell me that. That would be absolutely crazy. And that I said about the sequential rotations and all of the silly shit I say in that. Yeah, you didn't notice skill tree's page is darker now. Yes. It's what I was commenting to you, that they had changed the colors, but not that they. You said we have new content expansion. You can see there are many skill trees, and it's like more darker. Yes, the part of being darker, I saw it. The skill trees. Give me a second. Move. Well, at least I am reconforted that it was a mighty opponent there. Give me a sec. Like many skill bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Before there were only 3 skill bars. By skill bars you mean these ones? You mean these ones? Like there? Or hang on, these enemies are unbearable. I want you to. I'm doing it at a higher difficulty to test the new build. In skill tree there are more pages there. They can shut up now. Leave me alone. I want to explore that. There are more pages in the skill tree. Here, I see the 4 branches. I see the presets. Maybe it's only for level 100 characters, district. Maybe it's this missing zone. Presets, yes, more presets. Aha. You mean if I do this? No, but it's the same pretty much. But now it doesn't have a 100 seconds cooldown. More presets. Okay. Yeah, a few days ago we had only 3. Now we have more. Yes, I remember there were like here, and yes, no cooldown. Okay. Yes, but they haven't changed the skill tree of the game. I also found out this little detail. I found there was a positive aspect of it. I found the old cursor here that it's much better for the game. I am testing Ambra's new build. He recommended me this build on Wednesday of last week. Daily challenges are changed also, and the daily logging. Yeah, they gave me some shit when I logged, like the chest changed the shape here. Like now, well, now it gives kind of like an item like that instead of currency itself, I guess. Something like that. Before it did that. Okay, so the event is delayed. Okay, so No worries. We can buy the inventory expansion at the shop. I don't know what you think, this district. By the way, this map you are in now, is the only map that have infinite spawn monsters. Ah! Okay, so they will infinitely respawn. They will infinitely respawn today. Okay, in this map. Okay, no worries, better for farming. Yes, better for farming and to test the new skill tree. So, I was showing you, precisely, only this. No worries, district. Better, so I can farm and test the new skill tree. See here, last time, a new viewer of the channel, the Ender, helped me get to level 50. He helped me farm a bit after I finished Lortak. And then Ambra, another friend of the channel, Ambra, if you're watching, I'm testing your skill tree. He recommended me to just reset the skill tree. In that sense. And I'm testing it. With this now, the Frostwind, I don't know what you think, district, goes up to the maximum level, and with this one, it detonates area of effect attacks, and he told me immediately for me to pick the Blood Mage. So I'm testing it, and he made me replace the Guardian of Flames for the Guardian, so it gives me back health, as now, the Blood Mage, it uses my own health to pay for the spells. So I wanted to take a look at the changes in resource management regeneration in that sense. Because here I just need to ensure to round them up. This is the idea of the build, as he explained it to me. I round them up, and as you can see there, I have 7 stacks that increase the damage of the basic attack. So there I don't have to worry about anything else, as the stacks multiply the damage a lot and also deal that nasty area of effect damage. Well, nah, I don't have to worry about anything else. I have to keep up the stacks. But the idea is that you can see here I'm dealing with level 55 enemies, and it's quite efficient. So, good. The idea is that it's incredible how the Guardian heals you like that, in that sense. So I wanted to talk about that. It's incredible how once you reach level 50, it changes the resource management regeneration. People are so mad with the delay. You have no idea how Drakensang Discord is right now. Everyone is so mad, and there is only silence from the devs. No announcements or nothing. Well, this is the moment in which we say our legendary phrase that evidently the developers are a nice creature of the forest that loves jumping from one tree to another. Well, sorry, sad to hear that. Sad to hear that they still have a great monkey. I was saying a nice creature of the forest. But yeah, no. I was commenting it to precisely to the Ender, a new viewer over at Discord, precisely, that he mentioned the same to me. I don't know if you notice, people, but the sound of the footsteps, since I was at Lortak, is still here. I don't know if you can listen to it. Like that. It's like the wood of the Lortak zone, of the village, instead of sand. I don't know if you've noticed it. I don't know why, and I don't know how to correct it, but well. So, yes, I was commenting to the person, district, that it's incredible how a game can have such an amazing, dedicated, kind, passionate community, and still not care about it. I was commenting precisely because some people have asked me, why don't they release Drakensang 2, Drakensang Online 2? And I was commenting to them that maybe it's a license problem that they had, because the Chinese company inherited the conditions that we read precisely in the first stream, that they didn't get the license of the tabletop game, and because of that, I guess they don't want to piss off the original license holders that created the tabletop game, because originally huge games, the OG developers before the Chinese company bought it, uh, they didn't get the license. And because of that, they are not able to release a Drakensang 2. That's my first thing that I could provide as information that we read. But then the content for it it's inexplicable. There's no reason for them to not care about the game. I've seldom seen. You know that I review a lot of offline games in that sense so far. I've reviewed a lot of offline games, and when the developers see that they have a passionate community, even after a lot of years, they improve the games in that sense. For example, the case of Sacred 2, that they are about to release their remastered version, which pretty much incorporates the community patch to the game and added unlocked frame rates and everything, and the physics at 60 frames. So I honestly cannot understand. They have a gold mine pretty much, because you all play the game, even with all of that shit going on. How they don't release it is like simple. You already have the hard part of the story, having a community that actually cares about your product. In that sense, shit. There, you can see that the stacks there are you could see it got to 13. Hey, by the way, Ambra, if you're watching this as a VOD, it's working quite well, your skill tree, huh? It's working quite well. So people, for today I wanted to analyze the changes in the resource management system. As you can see, once we hit level 50, we could access that talent that I was showing. And as you can see, it changed the whole paradigm of a resource management of this game. There we go. I get increased wisdom according to this. So the changes in the resource management of the game, are quite drastic once you hit level 50 and the rest of the and you get access to the rest of the talents of the skill tree, because you can see now that the stacks there, for example, there you can see I have 3 stacks with Ambra's skill tree. Now we have 11 there, and you can see how powerful the basic attacks are now. They are multiplied tenfold. As you can see, they are at 20. You can see that it's basically killing everyone in one blow. And if you can keep that up to 20, 20 is the limit, you just need to ensure you'll always leave one enemy alive to restart the cycle, like that. And as you can see, it's quite good. Now I want you to take a look at the effects of this on the resource management. Previously to level 50, this game had a quite interesting, as my first talking point of the day, a quite interesting mana resource regeneration system. And by interesting, I mean that it's quite slow. It was quite slow, as now we are not using it. Basically, the cost of abilities was quite high. If you pay attention to compared examples like Diablo or Titan Quest, the mana regeneration was much more lax with the player. By that I mean that you could activate a lot of abilities as the mana pool would grow in Diablo 2, in Titan Quest, in classic examples of the genre, in that sense. But it's not the case here. In the case of this game, as far as I could tell, well, now it says 0 because of the Blood Mage talent of the skill tree. But, as far as I could tell, in the previous situation I was in, they all had fixed costs, and they were really always the same abilities. There wasn't a huge variation like in other isometric action RPG games in which you could activate and combine different abilities. This was much more stable right from the beginning in the sense of the resource management of the mana, in that sense, because it was always the same abilities. I need one more. This one. There we go. It was always the same abilities, and the resource management remained stable. If we had to think about a graphic, like if it was a graphic like in math, it would be like a perfect stable line like this. All of the abilities had a set mana cost that wouldn't drastically change as you would level up. Now, consequences of that, that the original formula of the developers in the early game, gameplay mechanics, would translate as the same formula in the mid-game gameplay mechanics. It was absolutely constant in this game. The same costs that you had at the beginning, you have them at the end of the game. What does that bring? Slowness, because the initial situation is slow. You'll see what I mean in a second. You were successful. It is a gift to have you here. What, you heard Shadaikans talking about their stone treasure? This makes me curious, and not in a pleasant way. We should investigate what this treasure might be and if it could harm us. Okay? My friend, you will gather enough courage and visit our Shadaikan. Friends once more? Please bring me their well-guarded stone treasure. If my feeling is right, this thing could mean great danger for us. Okay. By increasing the difficulty of the dungeon, I'm also ensuring people that I will have extra experience and make the process. As you can see, I'm playing them on painful thanks to the new skill tree. I can afford that. This way, I will try to streamline and smooth the experience, the pacing of the game. But as I was mentioning, as for my first talking point of the specific resource management of this game, first conclusion that I wanted to make, the first talking point, the mana usage and regeneration of this game remains constant from beginning until the end. In that sense, until the end of level 50, I mean. Until the end of the mid-game gameplay mechanics, like, it stays constant. The cost of abilities does not increase. And here you can have the definitive proof. Here you can see that I only have 103 mana points compared to 85,000 health points. There you can see the brutal difference. So this game, first talking point of today, does not scale the mana costs of abilities. The resource management of this game is constant. It does not scale. So, non-scaled resource management for abilities. Alright? From this initial talking point, you will see all of the consequences that it brings. Namely, the first one that I wanted to mention as a second talking point of the analysis of today. What does it cost, people? What would you say it costs to have a constant resource management as a logical deduction, as the first empirical evidence that we find? What does it cost? What does it cost to have a game hang on a second, a game with a system that has a constant resource management style like this one. Well, the second talking point and the direct consequence that I wanted to highlight is that it makes the gameplay slower. That's the direct consequence. Slowness. Being slower in that sense than what the game could have potentially been if the resource management would scale with it. Why do I mean by that? Ah, you found it. Splendid. I cannot read this language. Maybe Soraya can help. As our eldest, she knows a lot. Okay, perfect. So, bring that. There we talk to the other NPC. Hey, this is the guy that had, like, that headless rider that I mentioned the other day to Flying Energies as he visited me there. That had that headless rider there. Hello, young hero. Basim told me, Basim maybe, told me about that stone. May I take a look? It's written in the language of the Quiazah, the Sultanate of centuries past. How's the music in the city, the district? It's like, you know that I got some copyright strikes over at YouTube about the music district. It's like distinctively Eastern, like Arabic in that sense. I like that I can see the influence of Diablo 2 of Lut Golain in here. Don't know if you see it. District is definitely Lut Golain, this one. But they were intelligent because they added this zone at the end of the gameplay. When most add the desert region in their isometric action RPGs always as the second one, just like Diablo. I like that they mixed up the style. Like you start with the north, in the northern, in like in a snow covered zone instead, and most games do the opposite, like they make you immediately start at forest region, forest or grass in general, and then desert. It's quite good. As I said, I got some copyright strikes over at YouTube for the music, so some segments are muted, or I directly trained them because of that. But it's quite good. The music in this game is quite good. It's quite good. You will have to do some presentation to crafting too in some video. The crafting system of the game, that's endgame. I will deal with the endgame gameplay mechanics by the end of the series district. In that sense, as I told you, do not worry until I don't analyze every single aspect and make it through the game. I will see every aspect. The crafting I generally leave it for the end as it is like the most advanced, I presume, section of it. So let me read it to this. Stone is just ruined a sentence complete. It reads me as a wishing stone tradition from years ago. My great granny wrote wishes on stones buried in it. Was the tradition practiced in Quiazah too? The oasis poles. Would you mind going to the to the oasis? Follow the Shadakans. There, I'm sure that they are searching for the rest of the stone as well. Yep, crafting is the end game. Well, there, I go in order in that sense always. Um, that's why I always leave it for the end, because it's generally kind of like the most, uh, yeah, the end game portion of it. So I like going in order. So yes, pretty much. Regarding the music, as I said, I like it. It's quite good. I got some copyright strikes over at YouTube, so it's quite good. I like that it like culturally matches. It culturally matches the zone you are in. So here's Ambra's skill tree. Once again, I create the Guardian, it regenerates health, and now like that. But I think you're good to buy inventory. Anniversary event may be delayed like 3 more weeks. Okay, so you also say I should buy the inventory. Well, if that's it, we have 2 bolts. Yours and Ambra, who also told me to do so. So it's more than enough. More than enough. In that sense. You think I should start big because it's unbearable by now. Anyways, they should stack. I don't think I will unlock all the inventory after that. I think Ambra told me it was like this several streams ago. It was general and the 3 slots. This one, right, district? It was like this, correct? I think it was like this. Use Singularity also on the monsters. Okay, perfect. Yeah, the thing is that since I am exactly level 50, I still lose a lot of health once I use abilities that that used to cost mana. In that sense, I'm trying to be cautious because it's a huge change for me. Yes, that. You do more damage with ice. Perfect. So, let's go for it. Anyways, I will have 6,000 undermanned. Precisely, it will be exactly 6,000 left. Okay, let's do it. So we buy this one. 3 expansion received, 3 inventory expansion received. Okay, it's an object. What the fuck? I got swindled. What's this? You have the second open now. Ah, no, wait. The 3, it's each line. So this, it's one line. By 7 spaces. Ah, it's per space. So it would be like one line. Oh my fucking god. No, I thought it was like three tabs. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, no, my fucking god, why? It's already small enough as it is. God damn it, no. Why? It's per line. Yep, it's... No, motherfuckers, no. No. No, it's per line. I thought it was like 3 tabs. You are paying a lot of that in-game that is how Drakensang... This is how Drakensang scams players. It should have said... Because it said inventory spaces by... God damn it. God damn it. No. No, my lord. Not even Electronic Arts does this with Star Wars: The Old Republic. My lord. Why? District, you know what this needs? I don't want to say it because I don't want to offend anyone in that sense. But it needs a reverse engineered server. It needs reverse engineered servers desperately. With the original version, like Patrick says, with the original gameplay, but at the same time, I forgot about the Guardian. With the original, it needs that. The second that happened, I told it to the Ender the other day precisely that I see 2 options. We'll pause the analysis for a second, then I'll get to the third talking point about the resource management. But there's 2 options, District, if you ask me. I've seen this sequence, let's say, this situation happen with World of Warcraft. Before the classic servers were released, I don't know if anyone remembers, that old period of time, before I think it was 2019, 2020 that they released the legacy servers, this ends up in either one of 2 situations. There are 2 situations, 2 possible hypothetical situations, if you ask me. Either they continue doing this shit, and a modder finally cracks open the game's code, and that's game over for the developer. That's game over for the developer because they can take down one modder, but then that one shares the opened source code with the other, and it multiplies. That's one solution. The, let's say, open source solution. Either a modder finally cracks open the code, or they officially release legacy servers. It's either one of those 2 options. It depends who solves the issue first. Either the modders or the Chinese company. It's either one out of those 2. And because of how passionate I see the community, they said it's impossible to release the legacy server. Okay, that's the official company, right? Not any random modder. Because it may break the game because of the engine. It's old. Okay. So, that's the official company. Okay. So, for them, it's impossible. But Blizzard said the same, the very same argument. They said the same, that it was not possible. They said the same argument, and then magically it was possible after the modders did it. Okay, it was the same argument. You can look it up, District. They said the same, and it was Blizzard. It was Blizzard. So either they do it or the modders do it. The problem is that once the modders do it, they will not only release the legacy servers, they will also correct the mistakes of the developers. And once they correct the mistakes of the developers, it will be even worse, because it will be better than the official game. That will divide the community, and there the Chinese company will be in trouble. There they will be in trouble, as all of you will then go to play that hypothetical server. I've seen it done several times, that it was not possible precisely, and a crazy single random modder. No, it wasn't this one, the objective. It was a story. Go to the Overlook Oasis. Well, anyways, it's in here. Okay. It matches as well as that. Okay. So, I see that the ultimate fate will be that one. Oh yeah, if they give permission to community to do like the legacy server, there will be Drakensang's legacy server for... It's not that they will give permission, District. It's not that they will give the permission. It will be done regardless of permission. If you know what I mean. That's what happened with World of Warcraft. Exactly as we are describing it. They said, as you said, the official version is not possible. Not gonna happen. Impossible. Okay? You don't have permission. They closed several legacy servers, Blizzard. They still close them. That didn't stop the modders. It didn't stop them. It didn't. It had the opposite effect. There were more. And now then they release the official ones, but they already had the player base split. Yep, it's true. Meanwhile, you had private servers with classic expand. Indeed. For example, I don't use that one. I use directly an offline repack, as I told you all several times for World of Warcraft. Why? Because I can solo the Lich King raid, basically. I can solo the raids. It's superior to the official server, and it has improved graphics. For example, there's one that has improved graphics that they are releasing. Blizzard will take it down probably, but then it reproduces, and it's always the same cycle. It leads nowhere. For example, mine also, my offline one has better animation effects for the spell. I don't use the animation effects of 2004 in that sense. There was a modder. Drakensang need to work with the community. Legacy servers will happen 100%. If whether the developers like it or not, it's a question of when a modder cracks open the reverse engineers the source code, and since besides in this case the company that owns it now is Chinese, it's not Blizzard over at the US with the modders being inside of the US. How are you going? You know that I'm a lawyer. You cannot sue easily people outside of your own country. In that sense, even if you're a big company, it's extremely difficult because of something called the principle of territory. This is part of international law. In that sense, when you demand someone because of creating a legacy server and not using it offline and publishing it and getting money out of it, which is like would be the copyright infringement of getting money from something that is not yours. In that sense, you have to adjust yourself to the country in which the server is located. In that sense, you have to adapt to the rules of the country. You cannot use the rules of China for this. Imagine if the modder is from the US or whatever. No, they would need to hire lawyers over at the local country in which the server is located. In that sense, that's usually the problem. And I don't see Chinese capitals that also don't even recognize the right of copyright in their own country in a lot of cases. But saying impossible in IT world, in the generation we are, I think you should quit your job if you are working at IT. You think I should quit, Dietrich? I should quit. I should quit. No, no worries. As I told you, in my case, uh, in my case, as I told you, I don't precisely work um, as that because I need it. In that sense, my ultimate fate will be probably taking care of my family's business. In that sense, with the condo management, they like. I said about the Drakensang online devs. They like to use impossible word a lot. Ah, so they said it's impossible in the IT world. In the generation we are, I think you should quit your job. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 100%, district. 100%. And they said so. They said it's impossible in the IT world that they should quit. No, I told it to you. I work as software developer. I do like the user interface of websites as well. So the front end, as it is called. And as I said, generally you learn 2, 3 programming languages, and that are modern, let's say, that help you do modern things. And generally you don't prepare yourself to learn the older languages. For example, I don't know them. But if I get paid enough, I would put in the effort to learn them. No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about these monkey developers. No, I know it, District. I know it. But that's what I would do, as I said. No, don't worry. No, I know. I understand. I know. Yeah, I got it with the first, the last sentence. Yeah. But it's what I would do, definitely. What they should do as well, the developers. Thumbs up. Yeah. No, it's what they should do. I think I mentioned it to you. If a developer, let's say in general, if a developer does not know modern languages, but has to learn the old language of this one, it won't help him for his career. Let's say if he eventually gets fired from that job, that's the problem. So you have to pay him a lot. But if I pay him a lot, I'm sure they might find one or two. I think that before that happens, there will be legacy servers. I think a modder will crack open the code before, will reverse engineer the code before. They just need to deduce the calls to the server. The packages. Yeah, these games work like that. Like your account, your everything exists on the server, and let's say the graphics of the game exist on your PC locally. Oh, but what did you find out from the Shadowgun? Giants mentioned must be the Cyclops living in the Oasis. Those creatures despise each other. I'm curious to see where they are hiding. I will search my old books about the tradition of wishing stones. I remember my great-granny saying that wishes could be dangerous and shouldn't be read aloud, but I am sure she just wanted to scare me to keep me looking at her stones. In the meantime, I need to find out if the Cyclops found a missing piece of the stone. Perfect. So let's go to the Cyclops Oasis there, and precisely, learning an older programming language, the problem is that won't help that developer in his career if he eventually gets fired. And the developer will always think about the possibility of being fired. In that sense, we think about that as to always have a plan B to mitigate it, people. That's the idea. So generally, it's not a problem because if you know how to develop software, there's generally work to do if you more or less know what you're doing. But the thing is that it is true that learning an older programming language does not have value for the career of the developer. So the company needs to pay more money to compensate for that. If the company does not want, it will be a problem because it definitely won't find the developers. I'm talking to you from market perspective of what I deduce it's happening to them in that sense. So That's it, but it does not justify. It does not justify that once you have, because the Chinese company inherited an already, let's say, solved problem. The big, huge games, that one, the Big Point games, that the original developer, basically, I don't remember the name that I read in the first stream, basically. Then I will check it out for the final analysis. The Chinese company inherited and already solved the issue, the biggest issue, which is attracting the initial customer base, right? That's generally the issue with any business you create. For example, I know my family's business, the first condo management. In the case of the stream, the first group of viewers. In the case of any business, the first set of clients. They had that already solved, which is the biggest issue. So once you made the money, where's the money that you made to reinvest it into the game and solve these silly things that could easily be done? I bet there are developers that can fix up the game, patch it up perfectly with everything that precisely all of you demand. And as I said, I think if I had to make a prediction, knowing how open source developing works, and having the immediate case of Blizzard being much bigger and still had to deal with it, I think there will be legacy servers by a modder, not by the original devs. And once they put the pressure that is required, either they adapt or the community is split in half, and the age of the private servers begins, people. It begins. It happened to World of Warcraft, as I mentioned to you people. Here, I'll give you the compared example, just so you see. As I said, my offline World of Warcraft server. Okay. For example, you see here that I have 270 milliseconds of latency. I'm playing on the European server. I'm like at the end of the world in the Americas. So, yes, it's understandable. So, with the repacks of private servers, zero latency. You have zero latency because you run the server locally. For example, I run the server locally. It works offline, so for anyone whose internet connection, Axis Nova, yo, how is it going? Welcome to my crazy channel of metaphysical reviews, sir. It's always a pleasure seeing a new face here. I was commenting about the situation of Drakensang with this new update that they released. I'm a new player to the game. I review games, I stream variety, I go from one game to the other, reviewing them, giving them a final score. I analyze things like the influence on the gameplay mechanics, of the level design, things like that. I do reviews, basically. And precisely, I'm a new player, 17 days, this is the 17th day that I'm in. Made it to level 50 with help of my other friends here over at the channel. And precisely, I just discovered, made it to level 50, the Blood Mage. Talent of the skill tree here. So I'm trying a build that a viewer told me the other day. Actually, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being the 57th follower of the channel. In that sense, thank you from the bottom of my heart. The channel made it to affiliate some days ago, so it always warms my heart when someone discovers my crazy metaphysical reviews. So far, I analyze one topic per stream until I get to the final analysis of it, in which I give the game a final score and analyze and dissect every single aspect of it. Today, I was talking about the resource management, but well, I was, because of the update first, citing the situation of the game with the devs that apparently are not working on it and doing all of that and not caring about the initial player base. I was commenting that it's incredible how a game that has already everything solved, like the initial player base, dedicated, kind, passionate about the game, everything that they do not care to provide all of you the basic things that you demand. And I don't know what you think, but I think this will end up in a single way, which is with a motor, a single lone wolf motor, eventually, like happened, because it happened with World of Warcraft, it happened with World of Warcraft, cracking open the code and creating the legacy servers with everything that the community has demanded for years and that the developers cannot provide. I think it will end up like that, honestly. If I had to say the ultimate fate of Drakensang, it's that either they wake up, I know that it's a Chinese company now, either they wake up or that will happen. It happened to World of Warcraft, people. If it happened to the Titan of MMORPGs, it will happen to all of them eventually if they don't care about those things. So yeah, pretty much. If I had to tell all of you, the ultimate fate is going to be that if this keeps on. For example, today I logged in and all of my key bindings were 1180. They were all wiped out. All of my key bindings were wiped out 100%. Like I had to reassign them all over again. The Ender, how you doing? How are you doing? Yo, how are you doing? How are you doing? The Ender. I am trying out Umbra's skill tree from... you were back on Wednesday, yes. I'm trying out Umbra's skill tree here. As you can see, it's working quite well. I have to thank him. The Frostwind stacks. And it multiplies the damage incredibly. I'm able to take on enemies level 55, 56, at 51. It's absolutely incredible. Also, always thanks that you helped me farm the other day. No, today I was taking a look precisely at the updated resource management of this game. Precisely as I was commenting at the beginning, people. As I was commenting at the beginning. Since I picked at level 50 the Blood Mage, I'm adapting to it. This causes my skills to not consume mana anymore. So I bet you know it by heart. Axis. Oh, thank you, Axis Nova, from the bottom of my heart. You are the first subscription ever to the channel. I cannot forget you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are the first ever subscription to the channel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Well, the first thing is that, first of all, I configured everything correctly. I am happy for that. Axis Nova. It makes me feel bad well, you have the Discord community, you have the YouTube ball that you don't know about the lore of the channel because it's quite deep. I do metaphysical reviews. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are my first subscription ever after 4 years of long analysis and reviews. So I cannot forget your name at all. I can offer you to join the Discord. It has a long lore channel here. I am a scholastic philosopher. Just so you know, I do metaphysical reviews. I analyze crazy stuff like how molecules and particles arrange themselves. Crazy stuff. I talk about history. I comment a lot of stuff. But well, I will never forget your name, Axis Nova. May I know where are you from? I'm from. In that sense, most of my audience is either from Europe or the US. In that sense, I'm from Argentina, so I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I mean, Poland as well. Well, there's a domination here, people. You are the third Polish viewer of the channel. The Ender is also from Poland, and Ambra is also from Poland. There's a domination, people, huh? There's a domination. I'll have to visit Poland. Yeah, there's a clear domination of Poland here. I don't know. District, we are in the minority here. Italy and Romania, they are not represented enough. They have the majority here of the vote. They will organize a senate and take over the channel. In that sense, the Ender, you also see it was a premonition. Is the domination of Poland in that sense. So yeah, pretty much um I'm a scholastic philosopher, quite old school of thought, and well, then if Ambra joins, he's also from Poland. He's in the western section, the frontier with Germany as well. He mentioned that precisely the that his house was amazingly big because of how good constructions were back then. Soup, Ambra, you precisely. See, I say it and he appears. Did you all know each other? Because you are all three from Poland. Ambra, precisely I was talking about you. Your skill tree is magnificent, man. Your skill tree is magnificent. I'm beating monsters 5 levels above me. You are incredible. I have to applaud you. I have to applaud you. Ambra, your skill tree is amazing. And there's a majority of Polish viewers. Nice. See, you are all going to. Yeah, we are from the same guild. Ah, wait! Ambra, you know Axis here? Here, this fine gentleman was the first ever subscription to my channel. Yeah, me and Axis. Ah, you're. And the Ender as well. And the Ender as well. What? Ah, Axis is from the same guild as the End. I see. Yeah, Damn it. I was commenting, Ambra, the three of you are from Poland. There's a majority here, huh? Because you know that previously to you, are you both on Grimagan or Heredur? Ah, to the other one. Axis is the guild leader. Ah, Axis is the guild master of you, the Ender, and Hered. Okay, so Axis is the guild master. You know that this is a poetic irony to you three. Because last year I had two more Polish viewers from a different game, and they loved me. They still watch the channel as bots, but then they didn't like me because of history, and we debated about philosophy and those things. But it's ironic, damn rare to see Polish people on Heredur. No, both of them are from Heredur. I was commenting to you. You are you are majority in the channel now. It's the I will need to learn to speak Polish at this rate, huh? You three. There's like a massive majority. True, more of them in Grimag. No, apparently they are both. It's the guild master of the Ender. Precisely. Incredible. Well, people, you three have to organize a senate here and vote and win every single vote. My first server always was Heredur, so only here's been playing on Grimag. So Ambra is from Grimag, and both of you are from Heredur. Ah, interesting. Interesting. But all of them are Polish. But a bit Baylor. Oh, shit. Sorry, it's just that I love seeing all of these interesting phenomenons. By the way, Axis, the Ender, can tell you I have a pretty nice Discord, and it would be an honor if you joined. Of course, I stream variety. I review several games. It would be an honor since you are the first sub ever to the channel. It would be an honor if you joined the Discord. Of course, I offer it to you, without a doubt. And well, Ambra as well, without a doubt. Older viewer in that sense. Heredur used to be the most popular server back then, and now Grimag is the most popular. Aha! So there's a there you know that happened to me with, for those of you who don't know, my favorite game is Star Wars: The Old Republic, and the same happened. I had to switch servers several times because it was depopulated in that sense. I always wanted to be in the most populated ones. I don't know which one out of the two that you are discussing is the most populated, because when you open the game, like, they are both at 2 bars. I'm getting myself a headache right now, XD. I'm doing daily quests on 4 characters right now, and soon I'm going to do dailies on Ambra, just for free, infinite. Ambra, you're taking it a bit far. Masochist, says the Ender. No, yeah, Ambra has a friend that has several monitors and plays the game on several monitors at the same time. as well. It was like that, right, Ambra? It was like that. That it was even worse. But no, Ambra, you need to take a rest. You need to take a rest from it. You need to take a rest from it. It's absolutely terrible. But well, as for the rest, to the three of you, I think the Ender. I told it to you. I have all of the reviews over at the YouTube channel in case you want any other game. Oh, the Discord. Anders Edge, it's me. Okay, perfect, perfect. I already have the name. Perfect. Yes, please, because then I was botted one time by cryptocurrency scammers and shit. And well, if I told you what I went through, yes, sometimes I'm boosting my card from my other account with the second one on separate. Ambra, please, 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 Ambra. You are taking it a bit too far, don't you think? You take it to the extreme. You should be given a record Guinness in that sense. And now he's going to. I know what he's going to tell me, people. Ambra, you're going to tell me, nah, I have a friend who uses not 2 monitors. Take it, motherfucker, 3 monitors. He plays with 3 monitors, 2 keyboards. He grabs his 2 hands, 1 for each keyboard, and he uses his feet for the mouses. Or the other way around, the feet for the keyboard and the hands for the mouses, and he's like this. Like, he doesn't move, and he controls 3 characters at the same time. And he's going to tell me precisely that, no, I only use 2 monitors, so is it still not extreme enough? Axis Noah, as for the Discord, thank you, because I had several bot attacks. You want to help Eraser some fast? You want help Eraser some fast XP XD? I'm testing your build, and so far it's good with the. It's good with it, but I would love to see your character, Ambra. Not that well. It's a free deluxe. Says replies to the masochist. I would love to see you in game more than for the experience. So I cannot refuse your kind offer. Axis, in that sense, first of all, always thanks. I will never forget you because you were the first sub ever that the channel has after hitting affiliate last week. So, Enthroned. Yes, you mentioned this game. Wait, Ambra, I'm going to... For about 30 days of doing that on 4 classes, it's about 2 months the look. Hang on a second, because I'm going to add you to friends. I had to do that because... precisely, how do I add you? Whisper, promote to group leader. Well, first I promote you to leader. Only the group leader music command. What the? You disappeared! You went offline! No, I need to add you as friend, Ambra. I don't have you. Here I have Patrick. Here I have... Ah, yeah, you are already added. There we go. It worked. There I can see it. Okay, it worked. I already had you. I had to do it because I got bot attacks. And the developer, precisely, it happened to me. The developer of Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard was in my Discord. As I was doing a review about his game, about Liquid Entertainment, real-time strategy games, old school. I like real-time strategy games from the 90s and the early 2000s. And well, he precisely got scared and left. See if it dealt damage to me, not verifying the names of the user profiles over at Discord when they join. So now I'd rather have the few people I have ensure that they are not bots. That's why you read that I have that requirement. It's only because of that. Ah, yes, that's you. What the fuck? No, but this one was... The Ender, it looks exactly like you. But this is Ambra. Now we are going to make my head go crazy. This was the Ender. The Ender, it's the same as your character. But this is Ambra. You're all the same? And this one must be... Axis. It must be you, Axis. Or the Ender or another character. Or Ambra on both screens. Ambra, if it's you on both screens, this is way too much. Me? Where? Axis is this one. Okay. Enthroned is then the Ender. Ah, sorry, I mixed up the names because they have the same name. Axis is the warrior, and the Ender is the other one. Okay, sorry. I thought it was you, Ambra. No, it was the Ender with the help. Okay. Because it looked exactly. I don't have your characters, Ambra, to add as friend. Yeah. Sorry, Umbra. I mixed up the names because they are both purple there. We can go and I'm not even on the same server, XD Umbra. Well, you could join and we could farm and you could get a character very fast like this. I bet these two fine gentlemen don't have any issue. If they're helping my poor sorry ass, they would help yours without any issue here, I guess. At level 1. You're not even okay. Let's farm some XP there then. I have to go to the Evergreen Oasis. I'll crank it up to well. I've been playing on painful, so good. Like this, I'm smoothing the experience uh, curve of the game. Well, I don't feel I need a multi-server playing yet. Give it time, Umbra. Knowing you, give it time. Well, people, we have to officially declare today. What is it today? 2 accounts on Grimag are good for me right now. No, I don't know if did it happen to you today that all of your key bindings were destroyed, people? Because today when I logged, the key bindings were destroyed. I'm going to recommend. I also do game recommendations to Axis. I do game recommendations. I did some to the Ender the other day. I can make them to you as well. What genres do you like? I love knowing this about first-time viewers. What games have you played, or is it only Drakensang like Ambra and Patrick and Phantom, for example, that they love Drakensang and very few others like that? Hey, it's still scaled beyond 55. It's scaled to 80, like in between us. If you like any other games, I do game recommendations as well. I did an integral history of PC game genres as well. Now mainly DSO, sometimes Albion Online. Okay, so you like MMORPGs in general. That's nice. So the Ender likes GTA clones, like open world but more modern, and you like more like fantasy medieval, like pretty much MMORPGs. Okay, here, this one is the Ender, so he doesn't have to switch. I have a lot of Alright, but it appears here. I have a lot of games to play. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 DLC came out today. Played a bit, and the Division 2 new season came out today. Yeah, you also like the Division. Precisely, that's the idea. Albion Online. Well, if you like Drakensang, I will recommend you one that. Well, I don't know if it needs to be online 100%. That might be a problem, but. If not, I will recommend you one called Sacred 2. Sacred 2, it's also a German game. It was kind of like the competition of Drakensang back in the day. You know that Drakensang wasn't born as isometric action RPG. Oh, I forgot, my main game was New World, the MMORPG from Amazon, right? Playing different games than Drakensang Online. People have time for that. You love New World, like MMORPG. Okay. I will recommend you, similar to Dragons, I will recommend you Sacred 2, like I did with the Ender. You guys can't go wrong with Sacred 2. Why? Because it was the competition of Drakensang, believe it or not. It took a different turn, let's say. But Ambra, you played the musical one, the one that you showed me, with Inhuman Skill, that it was like the music one. The music one, which was the name? The one that you loved with all of the music going around. You like that one? That one doesn't count as another game, or is it like pure little torture for you? No, I will recommend you Sacred 2. Sacred 2, I do game recommendations. I mentioned, well, the Ender likes Path. Yeah, I do play Ozu, but not that much as before. Okay, so you play another one, Ambra. So I can recommend it to you. You have to play either on an emulator on PC or the original console, Theatrhythm, Final Fantasy, Final Curtain Call, and everything, and all of the Theatrhythm series from Nintendo. Once you try those, it will be like that one, but it won't drive you crazy like you were doing. True that you like the competition online. So, yeah, pretty much. But regarding the MMORPGs, I recommend you Sacred 2. You can't go wrong with that one. It's a game that few people know about compared to how amazing it is. In that sense. Sacred 2, but still I spend about 4 or 8 hours on Drakensang Online daily. Umbra, I will just tell you this. I told it to Patrick. I had the same discussion with Patrick, for example, the same debate. Because I do dailies on 4 characters and also farm IPS and Ardermans on 2 of my main characters. Why you play with minimap disabled? Press M to open it, it consumes the screen, and the quest guidance works quite well. Like, I think it's way too big. Unless there's a way to make it a bit smaller, it's way too big. And I like the more, let's say, feeling of discovery without the map. I've always been like that. Diablo 2, I also played it like that, for example. I also played it like that, in that sense. So... Hey, wait, the Axis' character didn't enter here. If he wanted to enter, why didn't he enter? He said, I can't imagine myself to play without it. You can change the site, but I prefer to have it on. No, but it kind of like eliminates the sense of discovery. Besides, the user interface, I think, is way too big. I think they should have... for example, if you saw the game I play on... I play on Thursdays or Wednesdays, Titan Quest, you can see that the map is not intrusive. Here the map is intrusive. I would say that they should fix it, because like this... Well, here I cannot see where it is now, the object. What? It was over there? What the fuck? What the fuck? It was over there? Defeat Anacor and collect the storm from... But everyone was... everything in that dungeon was dead. You just play with the higher camera zoom with the mod, and then the minimap isn't too big for me, XD. Alright, Ambra, I remember your mod. But be careful, people. I will remind you that while he is right, and I bet his mod is amazing... Well, not his. I think you said it was a Russian mod or something like that. I cannot risk getting banned on stream. Please, people. Where's that monster? I cannot see it. Maybe there? Ah, the quest guidance is fucked. Here, there's a monster here. No. What the fuck? What the fuck? Where's the objective in this shit? Where's the objective in this shit? Sorry for the death. I'm looking for the monster. I need to kill a specific monster here. Anacor and collect the second fragment. Please re-enter the map. Cannot find any more goals. Oh shit, this is the last shit I needed. Well, you use the Russian one from Bricks, but I'm using one you made yourself. Okay. You are using one that you made yourself. Yeah, but I will remind you all that of course I cannot use it because I'm streaming publicly, and that is a reason to ban people in most normal games in which the developers actually do care about all of those things. So I'm not risking that, but also to you all. So Ambra, say it. Don't say it out loud. Tell it to these fine gentlemen, but keep it as a secret from the developers. In that sense, I cannot find them all. Either I have to talk to that dwarf, or it's here. Let's see. Don't touch my bombs. No. Lad. Defeat Pilatrov. It's not here. What the fuck? Does someone remember this quest? Ambra, that you level up a lot? That sense? What the fuck? He said don't touch my bomb. Those are not two. What the fuck? I don't see the monster. And collect the stone fragment? Just click on him again. It's the dwarf, right? What the fuck? No quest guidance. Don't let that damage my balloon, I beg you. Please save me. Alright, waves. I'm gonna leave and try to do it. Maybe Maybe because of you, because it doesn't appear. Okay. I get it. But let's see. I can lower the difficulty though to normal, and it will be easy. But no, I can do it on Facebook. No, but it shouldn't. When I did the same with District, it did work. For today, I was mentioning that as my first talking point for the analysis, people, just so you have a little bit of a quick recap, that this game, in the early game gameplay mechanics, it has a constant resource management right from the beginning. If you pay attention, look at my mana, 124 points, and here look at this, 89,000 health points. That creates a completely asymmetric relationship between... Yeah, maybe we should try that, huh? It wasn't that one. This one was a side quest. And that creates a completely... Don't worry, Ender, don't worry. And I thank you deeply. I think it should work, I guess. Let's see, let's try it without that. It should appear, it's a specific monster. Let's see. Maybe it's in normal difficulty. Maybe I just have to enter in normal difficulty. Wait. Let me try it on normal. Enter again. Maybe it has to be on normal. I had it on painful by default because I was testing the great build that you told me. Maybe like this? Oh no! Shit, what's the meaning of this shit? They are at 51. No problem. Ah, there it is. Maybe that? No. What the fuck? What the fuck? Where's that? Set in stone? Let me read that stupid quest. Am I crazy or this quest is impossible to be completed? By the way, Ray, so did you finally defeat the boss on Infernal difficulty and unlock the underworld? No, I immediately came over here. I'm kind of like doing the story in order. I want to have all of the story recorded in order, Umbra, because, well, you know that I can be quite harsh when qualifying games, so that's a responsibility. It's a responsibility, and in order to compensate that responsibility, if I'm going to bash the game, don't know if it makes sense. If I'm going to bash the game, I need to ensure that I give it a chance on every single aspect. Error, virtues, flaws, the things that I've been commenting about, the XP, the pacing, the end. He has to complete the Quiazah storyline to get to that part. It will be this continent, but this shit does not appear. Maybe it's somewhere else on the map. Am I crazy? Well, he has to unlock Brigavik, etc., but not for the quests. No, it's indicated there, the objective, people? We got a mystery in our hands. Defeat Anakor. It's the main quest, huh? It's pretty much the main quest. No, I was mentioning that with the changes in resource management that you precisely mentioned that happened last time, Amra, with the... Try to come back to the area and click the question marks on the map. I think it can spawn him. It has to... It would need... No, because that's related to the side quest. To this one. It's this one. See? It's indicated there, for example. It grabbed a random one. But pretty much... What the fuck? Has anyone played and how you made your way through this part of the storyline, people? Yeah, I know you all did it long ago. Guardian, Stamping Gritty Skin Cyclops, but no Anakor. Maybe travel to the end of the map. Okay. If so, it's broken. I don't know, I did it a long time ago, I don't remember. Yeah, no worry, because I think it spawns then. Did anyone made it through this? Shit. Just look at the minimap. Yeah, no, but it's broken, huh? The quest guidance is broken. A little spike at the top. The quest guidance is definitely broken for this shit, huh? Okay, that's collecting the dry thingies. Let's see if it updates. No. Anakor. The mob is called Anakor. Defeat Anakor and collect the stone fragment. The end of the map. Maybe over there. There, nice little trick. No. Gritty Skin Cyclops. No. Could it be that the storyline is broken, people? It would be the last nail in the coffin of the harsh analysis that I'm doing of the game. No, it has a lot of positive aspects, but... What the fuck? Here? What on earth? Because I think I remember, you're going to the wrong end of the map. Okay, so we'll try the borders, Umbra. If you're so sure, I trust you 100%, so... Let me check it. Should the mystery of the escape mobbed? What the fuck? He's cleaning the whole map. The Ender is cleaning the whole map. There. He's killing everything. No, you checked it. You checked it already. We killed the mob. No, look at this. Look at this. Defeat all enemies in the Evergreen Oasis. But there's a second one that says defeat Anacor and collect the stone fragment. This one. See? It's not ticked. No. It is in Evergreen Oasis. You need to kill all the monsters and then the Anacor Sentinel appears. So wait, we need to clear them up. He cleaned it. Yeah, it will spawn. XD. He cleaned it. He killed everything. And then you need to kill him. Okay, let's see. Alright, wait. Well, I didn't see the first part. XD. No. Okay, no worries. Let's clean them up then. Let's clean them up. Here, people. Let's clean this little nice map. Also, amazing build, Umbra. As you can see, it's beating level 75 mobs there. Well, beating. It's working against them. Because the more they survive, the more the stacks are working. Look at this. You should be proud of yourself. At 11 stacks there. 13. And as you can see, it's killing level 75 mobs. Your build. It's amazing. You didn't see the first part. No worries, people. God damn it. So I was mentioning, as we clear the map, that there, Sentinel Anacor. Props to Axis. He... but it spawns all of the mobs again. I see. It's there. Okay. It spawns all of the mobs again. Okay. There. It should be there. Oh shit. No. Oh shit, I see the problem. He did kill him the first time. I have to kill him. I see the problem. Pick up the thing. Maybe the stone fragment is. Stone fragment. Golden crystal. Here, stone fragment. There we go. No. It's okay. Please, pick it up, please. Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you, Ender. Thank you, Axis, that you also deduced it. You need to kill all the monsters and then the Sentinel appears. It's like the Sentinel of the map. The collect part. Yeah. Okay, he cleared the dungeon twice then. May we get out of this? I will never forget this zone in my life, people. I'll never forget it, how the quest guidance is broken. Classic. My head hurts too much right now to think straight. No, don't worry, Amber. Don't worry at all. I should thank you for the skill tree. It survived against level 75 mobs. As I was mentioning, for the topic of analysis of today that I was commenting, the resource management of this game has a constant pattern. I wanted to highlight that for the analysis today. So you take that idea, at least from today. It has a constant, you all need to know that this game has a constant resource management, contrary to what happens with most isometric action RPG games. Think about Diablo, Titan Quest, etc., which exponentially increase the usage of mana by abilities as you level up. Here, and this is why I was highlighting this aspect, see that we have only 100 mana points and 89,000 health points that did scale. See that the health system of this game scales with level, but not the mana. It remained constant throughout the whole game until 50, that now, thanks to the Blood Mage, I'm using my health. We changed the resource system. But this game I wanted to highlight that it has a constant resource management. The cost of mana for each ability until you hit Blood Mage is constant. Increases the usage. Meanwhile, Mage, Blood Mage goes we. Yes, but that's only in the mid-game gameplay mechanics, Ambra. It's only in the mid-game gameplay mechanics. In the early gameplay mechanics, until I hit level 50 uh, last time that we farmed, precisely, I couldn't access it. And you could see that you thought it was only one talent point, and it was 10 to get this one. So you needed to be at least level 50, and you had to invest 10 points. So it was mid-game. Well, to be honest, you're still in the early game. No, it's mid-game. It's mid-game. It's mid-game. It's not end-game, but it's mid-game. It's mid-game. It's mid. You are far from mid-game. What would be the mid-game then, Ambra, for you? What would be the mid-game then? How much? I need to get to level 100 for the mid-game? Maybe? We only use Blood Mage for the buff that increases the damage and attack speed when killing. Early game is still at 100. No, Ambra. No. You are seeing it from the ender. Early game is still at 100. Yeah, that's true. You both agree. Okay, you both agree. I see that the Polish Congress in the channel is already making use of their power of decision. The power of the Polish Council. Today is the day of the Polish Council. I will need to create a at level 100, you can start building your character. No, but think of it from the perspective of the first time you play the game. The storyline is just a tutorial. I get it. But think of it from the perspective of someone who starts playing the game. You've all played the game a lot. A lot. And for you, 100 level is the beginning. But think of it from the perspective of the first time you played it. Would you really say the first time you played the game ever in your life that at level 50, regardless of the level cap, people, think of it like that, you would really say that isn't it at least different from early game, this build? Like at early game, I could barely use my abilities. I couldn't get access to the skill tree. Now at least I have the skill tree. I would... Beto! It's mid games! I said, no. We have like a mini Polish European Council here. It's 3 Polish people and 1 Italian. It doesn't work like that. Beto, it's mid game. I would call a mid game for mage starts at 200k plus damage, about 180. You are measuring it by the crit and the damage, Ambra. You are measuring it by the crits and the damage. Depends how you hit the events, says the Ender. And Ambra, on the contrary, replies to it takes mid-game char another 1-2 years of playing. Depends on how much time you spend it. Okay, but wait. Let's see it from a perspective of the level design. Yeah, XD, waiting for VGA 6 months. No, wait. Let's take it from the perspective of the level design. Wait, I can give you an objective form of measuring the level design. Wait. Okay, you say it's the tutorial, that I would still be in early game. Okay, I get it because you like the end game and you play the game with, well, in your case, Ambra, with several monitors and accounts. From the perspective of the level design, people, so we have an objective point of measuring. If the whole map, from the perspective of the level design, see that I have an objective argument. If the whole map is this, and I've already covered all of the sections except Parallel World and Land of Immortals, the map is pretty much covered at more than 80%, well, at 80%, more than 70%, let's say. That's why I say mid-game. From the perspective of the level design, it's pretty much all covered. The second you hit 100, it's endgame. As a comparison, even if you have never played Pokemon. Now I read the message, Amber. So, if you never played Pokemon, once your Pokemons hit level 100, it's already endgame. In that sense. It's already endgame. So I would say that it's at least, you want to call it early mid-game? Early mid-game because I have 50 more levels to play. Besides, literally, 50 is exactly half of 100, which is the end game. It's literally the mid. It's exactly the mid, mathematically. I'm waiting for Dragon on my Dragon Knight and Mage for Dragon Time for the build. Alright, you are talking about advanced aspects of the end. Dragon said good, only on Dragon Knight changed my mind. Well, for Ranger is also good, to be honest, same class. Yeah, okay. You are debating about that. I see that. I love that you all, well, Axis and the Ender are from the same guild, but I love that I feel quite good that I connected Ambra with two of his compatriots like this. I feel incredibly well for that. And besides from other servers, it's like when when in Ireland they created that portal the other year in which they could chat with people of the US. It's like that connection through the Atlantic Ocean. Not country ancestral, and for mage bosses it's really good as well. It's like that. Well, as you chat about the advanced aspects of the game, I love that you that you all clicked like immediately. In that sense, I want you to talk about the topic of analysis, the resource management changes, as I felt them precisely. Um, since this game does not scale the mana, does not scale the mana. By the way, the Ender, don't worry if you like chatting with Ambra instead of helping me. No worries at all. No worries at all. The dungeon will scale, and with his build, I can also manage most of it. It's true. I get experience slower. Oh well. I don't like interfering. If you enjoy the chat about the advanced aspects of the game, enter the Temple of Agony. Where would that be, the Temple of Agony? So we just follow that. So as I was mentioning about the resource regeneration, um, if you think about Diablo 2, if you think about Titan Quest, if you think about classics of the genre, by the way, I will also recommend you all Torchlight 2. This is one game that I will also wanted to review with the Synergies expansion. Makes it literally infinite, the same as Diablo 2 with the Median Excel mod. I will highly recommend you those, besides Path of Exile, that I know that Ender loves it a lot as well. I need to review Path of Exile. I need to review and play and review Path of Exile. I did Sacred 2 last year, I'm doing Drakensang this one, and I wanted to do Path of Exile next year. No country, but goddamn, I'm waiting for the anniversary event. I want my 3 mini shiny. No, District told me at the beginning it was delayed, Ambra. It was delayed. Told me it was delayed, crying. District told me at the beginning it was delayed. It was delayed, Ambra. Sadly it was delayed. Ambra. I can confirm you that it was delayed. Sadly, I know it's delayed. Okay. Well, just in case, I wanted you to know it. But I think it was 3 months. District, I think it was 3 months. He said it at the beginning. Let me check. I want to finish my PP set with that. Let me check. He also told me the months at the beginning. He told me the exact date. 3 months, could it be? It was District. It was. He probably had to go. There is not a date. Without a date. They will add, District told me at the beginning, a new content expansion with more skill trees, and they changed the colors of the skill tree, but it was delayed. No date. No date of release. No date of release. I will do that right now. Why? My friend calculated that the new game expansion, precisely, the new game expansion is gonna cost about 50 minutes just to man. Okay. They are calculating the new expansion in that sense. I thought they will add more. Well, they didn't give a date, huh? They didn't give a date in that sense. They didn't give a date for that. Okay, we're pretty much at the end here. Let's see if I can kill this single lonely spider. Yes, it would be able to. Yeah, it would die. Look at that. Well, they are still in the game file. I have another game to recommend you all. Quite obscure. It's precisely from... I don't know if... I think it was from... I don't remember if it was from Austria or Czechia. It's called Shadows Awakening. It's quite obscure. It's quite... Collect 3 card stone elements from Ruthless Shadowguns at the Temple of Agony. Ah, okay. They must probably respawn, but we can do it. Shadows Awakening. It's quite obscure. I analyzed it on the channel, and I gave it a perfect qualification. I forgot about that one. I did it 3 years ago. Shadows Awakening. I still feel they're going to analyze when the level increase. They can be unused for years. They're in the game files. Could it be that we have to re-enter to respawn the mobs? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Or is there one must have survived? Yes, here in this corner. This corner, one of them must have survived. Here, perfect. What's that? Group talent points? Level 5? Group talent points? That's interesting. That's interesting. Group talent points. There we go. I got one. Let me see if there's another one in the other corner of the map. There we go. Image just done. Well, as you chat about the advanced aspects of the game, people, as you chat about the advanced aspects of the game, I want you to talk about the resource management precisely. That it's a quite original approach. The fact that this game uses a constant resource management, because it doesn't increase the mana consumption in the early game gameplay, at least at the beginning. You could see that all of the abilities really had the same cost. They didn't increase. Generally, isometric action RPG games increase your overall mana, increase your mana regeneration. Here you don't increase the mana regeneration, and with that they compensate. I think we killed all of the monsters. We had to restart this dungeon because I think the Ender killed them way too fast. The ones that have to drop that specific talent. They have to drop that specific talent, and because of that, they die. I cannot find the specific item. Let me. I think, can I restart the dungeon from here? No, I have to get out and enter back in. Let's go out and enter back in. Bella is just a message talking about it on the stream, not a community manager. We have to increase the level cap, but because it's we have to increase the level cap because it's impossible to introduce new difficulty without doing that or something. They are already bashing the developers, people. They are already bashing the developers over at the chat. They're like sending the missiles from the cave. They're already bashing the developers there, people. More like excuses. Yeah, precisely. This trip was also quite angry at them at the beginning regarding those. I wonder what Patrick would think about it as well. I wonder what Patrick and Phantom would say about them as well. Other great friends of the channel. Alright, there we go. I got them. Oh wait, there's another one. Insert the stone elements into the wall placed to the left of the temple entry. Okay. You're the boss. Quest guidance god. Let's see. Insert the stone elements into the wall plate. Using ChatGPT for development. For real, not well. No, what the fuck? No. They use ChatGPT for development. No. Well, I don't know what you guys think about AI, but I think they are exaggerating a bit the impact it's having right now. Like, you cannot use it to develop stuff, as you are precisely indicating. I develop software precisely, and I can tell you that it's a bit exaggerated the news coverage, that they do about that shit. No, the worst part is that I see people. Imagine people, when we all went to school. I'm literally developing my own game engines when I'm working on my project. It's not fucking impossible, says Amra. Yes, precisely. And I think Patrick as well bashed the developers for that. That sounds. Speak to Soraya in your. Okay, perfect. Done. And unless some of the side quests here defeat the ambassador or Sola. Defend him. Ah, we have to defend this guy. Could it be? Ah, yeah, we can defend him since I'm here. Better do it. Attack wave. Save the game. Please apply for DSO then. Save the game. Sells the Ender to Ambra. Indeed, Ambra. Indeed, Ambra. No, you know what the thing is? He's killing them so fast I cannot even see. There. At least I could see that one. It's basically hitting them outside of the screen. I know, here, this group. Here, I'll grab them. I'll lure them to you. I'll lure them. They are outside of the screen. Okay. No, the thing is, people, that as I mentioned to District at the beginning of the stream, as software developers, generally we only work with modern languages in that sense. Let's say bleeding edge programming languages. For example, I don't know, React, Next.js I use for user interfaces, for website user interfaces. In that sense, meet the ambassador in the west wing. So probably here the Chinese company have to hire make Drakensang 2 Umbra challenge playing this shitbox since 2013. No. The problem is that generally developers the Chinese company would need to hire developers that are willing to learn older programming languages to develop content for the game, in that sense. And generally developers nowadays, we are trained to stay always kind of like at the very edge of the most modern languages. So because of that, they would need to pay extra to find a person, a developer, or some developers, or at least one that can then teach the others the old programming language. And that is not beneficial for the career of any developer. Like, I'm not going to learn an old programming language without... if I know that then I'm not going to use that language ever again, if I'm not being paid appropriately, and the Chinese company, they won't gonna pay for that. They gonna milk the game till last drop. But drakensangonline is based on C++, isn't it? No, but it's outdated C++. No, it had something with the engine, I think. Patrick knew it. Sadly, he's not here. Patrick knew about that shit. But no, for example, generally nowadays, Ambra, think of it like this. In my case, after graduating as lawyer, and I wanted to learn something fast and easy to let's say, get job and get money directly, any software development academy will tell you, go straight for high-level programming languages, develop websites, and call it a day. For this one, you need a dedicated one, low-level programming language. That is, low-level means people that like Ambra knows it, but just in case anyone watching this as a YouTuber, that basically you need to instruct specifically to the language exactly what to do. Nowadays, the tendency is to functional programming for most new, let's say, developers. It's easier because it's easier to understand. You get more personnel easily, and here they will need a low-level programming language, and then I bet there's also precisely a more modern version for that one. I don't know, because I don't do low-level. I do, as I said, functional and high-level, which is precisely with JavaScript and those. But as I've said, it's like a territory that is quite difficult to get into for most people. You need a dedicated guy that cracks it open and then knows how to teach appropriately to others. That's what I would do. You need at least one, even if they are using older versions of C++, they are still stupid. Yeah. And on that we all agree, Ambra, because it's a Chinese company with a lot of money. If they are doing that in ASM, then I can't blame them in another programming language. I never heard that one even. Here, collect 10 old records from ancient invaders in the Temple of... I think we killed everyone. Well, he killed everyone. I'm just part of the tourist guide in that sense. I think everyone is still here, sadly. Oh well, fuck that side quest. Let's go back to base. Then I can come back and kill one and not consume the Ender's precious time. ASM assembly. Okay, yeah, yeah. The one of Pokemon. That one is the one of Pokemon. Yeah. No. See, for example, I didn't even know about it. You cannot know ASM. Yes, I can, and I get paid to develop software. Yes, I can, Ambra. Yes, I can, because I do high level ones. Because I can just precisely see. This is the reproduction of the problem. I learned extremely modern ones. Well, modern. Yeah, well, JavaScript is not modern and React is based on JavaScript. And basically that. And as you can see, I don't even know. He's crying. No, don't cry, Abra. Don't cry. Please understand. You know that I was first a lawyer. That I was first a lawyer. It's just that I didn't like it. I joined I became then software developer because lawyer wouldn't pay enough for my taste. But in that sense, no. Sorry. And you're like a hardcore developer then, Ambra, if you know about the other ones. Because I bet you most modern developers nowadays they won't spend a second sadly learning those. Maybe C++ if the person has a degree like that, but most in a lot of cases we don't for software developing. In that sense, it's just with practice. You're back already. Oh, do my eyes deceive me? The third piece. Was it just lying around? Feel suspicion. Read me the text. This cannot be. It's so strange and meaningless. Sounds like one of these would-be poets. This has to be a fraud. That someone even tried counterfeiting the stone to trick us means that must be of great value for that person. Perhaps the trickster is still in the temple with the fragment. Please find them. Get the third stone fragment. Defeat Shadagain's fighters and Shadagain's speeders to find the clue about the missing stone fragment. No, sorry, Abra, don't cry. It's just that I first, I English teacher since 7, then lawyer, then lawyer. I didn't like lawyer, of course. I still do the English teaching. Then software developing, in that sense. But you can see that by then I couldn't just do a comprehensive history about it. I just asked at the academy. They told me the modern ones are these ones will give you a job, learn this, more or less. And I overstudied. When you work on your higher level language and decide to compile it, if it goes to the assembly where it converts your language into ASM, which is low level language, every language, almost every, goes through that and then ends up in linker. Linker puts stacks of binaries on top of themselves just to make a single executable. So every library, binary, and every file of your code. Okay, stacks on top of themselves just to make a working file. Okay, but think of this. And I don't say it's not a lot of valuable information, but if every single new blood, let's say junior developer that has to get into it, if he has to learn ASM before learning the high level ones, it's way too much time for the company. It's way too much time for the company for him to learn all of that. They would say it's what they did with me precisely. The academies and the companies tell you, just learn high level, and then as you get into it, you go learning the history. I would have never thought I would be so privileged as to have someone who knows so much. You're a software developer, like for you to know, bro, I'm a fucking junior dev. No, you're not junior. If you know all of that, you are not a junior. For a company, you're not a junior. No, there's no. I can assure you it's not like that. That's not junior. That's not junior. Can you create a website? Wait, can you create a website, Ambra? Like with JavaScript, HTML, CSS. You don't need to use React. With that, if you know all of that, and you can create websites are too easy to make, but boring. But you can make them. I bet you can make them. That's not junior if you already can make them and know all of that. That's not junior. That's semi-senior if you know all of that. Yeah, you don't have the practice, but of the senior one that is being there for millions of years. But I don't think to companies it will matter. I would start applying if I were you, Amran. In that sense, that's not junior. That's advanced. That's advanced. I would be considered as well a junior, and I just make the websites and that's it. And that's it. It is true. It is true that what helped me a lot is that I had a high level English, like perfect. But still, most junior devs, I can assure you, they don't know half of what you said, and companies don't want them to know to use them as little soldiers to make the websites. In that sense, Amra, they don't. They don't. They just want take this, create fucking website or create fucking game. Don't bother me with the details. They're like that. They're cruel. They're quite cruel. By the way, going back to the ASM, they're quite cruel. They're quite cruel in that sense. But it's like that. Well, but I love that. I see that you have a lot of passion for it. In my sense, it was more because of the money, I will be honest with you. But, as I told you, how do you think you can make a single app, single working exe with multiple languages? I know how React and JavaScript work in that sense, the high level of it, let's say, the functional programming. I know that React creates a virtualized element tree, and that inside of it, it's an abstraction from the DOM, from the document object model of the websites, and that, of course, I worked with JavaScript, HTML, and CSS without React first to practice, and I know that there you don't have to use the DOM, and it creates a virtual tree, and the virtue of React is that precisely it constantly overwrites the skill tree rather than eliminating off a web page and going again. Instead, it updates the virtualized tree and it replaces the branches, so that way modern web pages load faster, which is what companies care about and what precisely is what they tell me to get money. I'll be honest with you. What they pay me to basically do in that sense. And as well, I also teach English. But yeah, as I mentioned to you people, technically I will have a huge burden in the future. I will have a huge burden in the future because none of those abilities will be what I will do in the future. I know my situation is probably the weirdest among all of them, because precisely I have to take care as only child. I am happy that the ender here is also only child, like me. I was the only child of the channel probably so far. Now there's two of us. We need to do the association of only children in that sense. So I have to take care of my family's business in the end, which gives me even more than software developing. So you can see, just like you love the money that comes from from the accounts in Drakensang and everything, Ambra. Well, in the case of my family, that. So I go choosing which one, depending on the market, because it changes. It has seasons. Which one is better? Xiao going to sleep, says Axis.